Hi, I'm Dominic with Happy Campers RV Rentals and Beaver Coach Sales. Today we're currently in a 2019 Thor Chateau and our floor plan is the 24F. We're going to go over a couple of items, where they're at, and how to operate them today. Back here in the bedroom area, we have a queen size bed that comes with blankets, pillows, and fitted sheets. We have 110 outlets on either side of the bed, and then we have 12 volt and USB charging stations off to the side here. We have a TV on the wall. We have your light switch for overhead and your thermostat for climate control here inside the unit. And then at the foot of the bed is actually where we find our electrical distribution for all of your fuses and breakers. So here in the bathroom, we have a full-size shower, standard RV toilet, and a bathroom sink with your GFCI outlet. So here we have an Dometic RV refrigerator freezer. Now it can work off of both AC current coming into the coach, or it works off of propane as well. If it's on auto, it's going to automatically search for that electric power source, but if we switched over to gas, then it will run solely off the propane and off the 12 volt batteries. If you turn off the house power, you will turn off power to this refrigerator. So if you would like to leave it on, just make sure you turn off all the lights, but not necessarily disconnect the house power. So here we have the Furrion 3-burner cooktop. All you have to do is turn your setting to light and then spark to ignite. When cooking with the gas cooktop, there's two things that are very important. One, we always want to properly ventilate the kitchen so that we're not having any dangerous fumes in here. The switch is right underneath the cabinet here, and it vents directly behind you overhead. When you rent from Happy Campers RV Rentals, you do get a full set of pots and pans, as well as dishes, bowls, cups, silverware, and a few other amenities. The other thing is that after we have been cooking on this cooktop for a while, we want to make sure we let it cool off before putting the glass cover back over it, as we could cause delamination and damage to the glass itself. Up here we do have the microwave convection oven. Now this unit defaults as a microwave, so if you go ahead and you put in 3 minutes, it's going to go ahead and it's going to operate for 3 minutes as a microwave. If you were, however, to choose a convection setting, you'd be prompted to choose a temperature, and then you could start and set a time if you'd like. Sweet. Up top here on the Loft Bunk, we do have the ladder secured by these Velcro straps for safe travel. That way it doesn't come down and hit anything while you're driving down the road. Now this mat is hard on one side, but it's soft on the other in order to get plenty of support. And it does have two anchors where the ladder actually locks into place. And this ladder can take a decent amount of weight. In order to swing the TV out, we do have two locks on either side. So just release those. And the TV swings right out to be viewed by the whole house. So we have the Xera TV remote right here. So the Xera TV does pick up local over-the-air stations. We don't have the wind-up antennas like we used to. Now we just have these digital TV antennas which you can turn and point in any direction, but they don't come up or down, so you don't have to worry about storing them for travel. Also, in all of our Thor Chateaus comes a Sony Blu-ray DVD player hiding away right up top here in the cabinet. The one thing with our AV systems in these is we do need to be plugged into 110 or be running the generator in order to operate the television and the DVD player. This Blu-ray DVD player is also a smart device. If you're traveling anywhere with your own or where you can borrow someone's Wi-Fi, you can go ahead and connect and watch Netflix, Amazon, any of your regular apps. Here we have the dining room table where everybody can sit down and enjoy your meals. We also have two seat belts hiding on the forward-facing side. In order to turn this into a bed, what we do is we take these cushions out, and then there's a small handle hiding underneath the middle of the table. We just bring that down to a vertical position, and that allows us to press down and slide the table down. Then we'll take the two pads Bring them together in the middle, and then drop the sides. You'll also note that when we have this down, it kind of shows the anchor point for our car seat. Just about 6 foot. So up here I do have controls for starting my generator. We're gonna prime it by actually holding the stop button, and then we'll hold up to start until the generator actually engages. At this point we have to wait about 30 seconds until we actually start to receive AC current from the generator into the house. And then we just hold down on the stop button in order to turn it off. On here we can also check our liquid propane levels, our house batteries, fresh water, black water, and gray water levels. By pressing the button, we light up the red lights across the top there. This is indicating that my batteries are full. We also have black and gray tank heaters. Now those run off the 12 volt coming from the house batteries and basically heat up our holding tanks, preventing them from freezing in cold weather climate. Our water pump controls allow us to pull water from the fresh water tank and introduce it to our faucets and sinks. And then our water heater helps us heat up and get hot water. Now that can run off of either propane gas or off of 110 if you're connected to shore power. If you wanted to run both to cut your time in half, you absolutely could. They're two heating elements on the same tank and they will both shut off once you get to operational temperatures. Right here next to the main door, we're going to have switches for interior lights. We're also going to have our step light and our awning controls. Down here we have the stabilizing jack controls. And then we have our whole house battery disconnect. We can turn off all of the house power, completely turning off all of our lights and accessories in order to save the power that we have on the house batteries. When you turn off the house power, you will also be cutting out the refrigerator. Now, if you're only leaving for a couple of hours or so, this is perfectly fine. It works as a cooler at that point. As long as you don't open the door, it's going to stay nice and cold. The main door has a simple hand lock right there in order to prevent operation of the handle, but it also has a deadbolt for added security. This switch right here controls your awning, both extend and retract. Now it is very important to remember that we should never ever leave the awnings out in any type of wind. If you walk away from it, if it gets too windy, or if you go to bed, be sure to roll this in first, as you do not want to leave this out. It can cause very serious damage to not only the awning, but the siding and the insulation of the unit itself. Also up here we have controls for our slide rooms. When extending or retracting your slides, we always encourage that you're either connected to 110 or that you're running the generator, as the motors required do consume a lot of energy. Whenever putting your slide out, be sure that there aren't any obstacles in the way. Make sure you're not hanging out into the middle of a road, or there's no trees or anything that would prevent regular operation that could cause damage to the coach. Be sure to use common sense and good judgment when operating your slides. So right here next to the main door, we actually have our gravity water fill. Now, if you don't have a hookup for water pressure, this is where we're gonna fill from in order to fill the freshwater tank. Another weathered compartment. While all of our units do come with ladders on the back, these are for maintenance only, and we ask that you do not use them and that you do not get up on the roof of the unit. Off to the driver's side rear is also where we're going to find our larger storage compartment. Now this is heated with the rest of the house, so if you put items in here and you're running the furnace inside, this will stay at that same internal temperature. These particular floor plans use a 30 amp shore power. The cord does come with your unit. Simply attach it, twist it on, and then this outside ring is to help secure it. If you're at a location where you have external cable access for your televisions, that's hidden just above where you plug in for your shore power. lot of folks get nervous when operating one of these down the highway, and I just have to remind you, it's just like driving a large van. You have a little bit of tail end swing, so if I were to take the wheel, turn all the way in one direction, back bumper would come out a little bit farther than where the side is sitting right now. Other than that, it's just like driving a big truck, honestly. Down below we do have our parking brake. Just apply there, hold the handle to release. Now the emergency start connects the house and chassis batteries together. If you were to accidentally leave the headlights on and for whatever reason you couldn't get the chassis started, you could press this button, and just for that couple of seconds you could use your shore power or your generator to actually jump start the engine up front here. When you come up to your wastewater facility, it's important to make sure that both of your wastegates are completely shut. We're going to take our wastewater hose, remove the bayonet cap, we're going to dump the black tank first. And once we stop getting any flow out of that, we're going to open up the gray as well. Now the gray at this case is actually going to help flush out the hose and the system in order to help remove any residues that may be behind from the black tank. Up front on the chassis side, we're going to use the ignition key in order to go ahead and unlock and lock our doors. On the main door, we're going to use our small round tri-mark key for the bottom locks. And we're going to use the large square tri-mark key in order to lock the deadbolt. Now the small gray key, it's going to have the letter G on it. That guy is for locking and unlocking the bays. Now they're all going to be keyed up the same, so only have one key for all the bays, that way you don't lose them. One of our most frequently asked questions is about after-hours drop-offs, and the easiest way to do that is through the south entrance off our Murray Road access. We'll go there now. Just south of our main entrance is going to be Murray Road. If you're dropping off after hours and the gates are locked, this is how you're going to get onto our lot. We're going to continue down Murray Road just a little bit. We're going to turn into this first parking lot right here on our right. We're going to go right up the hill into our lot where we can drive around the building, and I'll show you exactly where to drop off your keys and your coach. Right up front is a great place to park as long as you can make sure there's enough room around you and the other coaches to where we won't have any incident. Now, after you've rented from us and you've dropped off, lock up the coach, and we actually have a key drop right over here off to the side for you. On the north side of the building here, just past the showroom, we actually have a drop box right here for after hours drop off. Now that concludes our walkthrough on the 2019 Thor Chateau 24F floor plan. If you have any other questions or if any problems arise during your rental process, you can always call the phone numbers that have been provided to you on your rental package. Thank you and enjoy your adventures. Thank you for choosing Happy Campers RVs.